the planet Earth looked up at the moon. And it's given us our seasons. It's given us our day, the length of our month. And we've been moved by it, spiritually. We've invented mythology around it. We've imagined the gods live up there. We've written poetry and stories about it. But in the 50,000 years of our human history, only 12 of us have traveled beyond Earth orbit and walked on its surface. And more than 50 years have passed since we last made the trip in what was called the Apollo missions. And it was destiny and curiosity and our own human nature that made us go in the first place. And it's the same with fate and faith and that same curiosity that make us want to return. In an age which can feel increasingly divided, an international team effort is underway to take a new generation of astronauts back to the lunar surface. They are the Artemis generation, Artemis being the sister of Apollo. And they will undertake a series of missions that will orbit and eventually land at the moon's south pole.
The moon is not just a symbol of thinking about our place in the universe. It's not just a symbol of exploration. It's actually a beacon for understanding where we came from.
One of the things going to space teaches you is that we're all brothers and sisters. And when we work together to do really hard things, it just brings you together in a way nothing else will. This is woven into Artemis.
We have to evolve or we will cease to exist on this planet. And part of that evolution is truly working on solutions that make our planet better. Space is doing that.
When you look at Apollo, it was just an amazing coincidence of world events that led us to putting humans on the moon in 1969. And I think we were way ahead of our time.
President of the United States. We meet in an hour of change and challenge, in a decade of hope and fear, in an age of both knowledge and ignorance. The greater our knowledge increases, the greater our ignorance unfolds. No man can fully grasp how far and how fast we have come. But condense, if you will, the 50,000 years of man's recorded history in a time span of about a half a century. We know very little about the first 40 years, except at the end of them, advanced men had learned to use the skins of animals. Then about 10 years ago, under this standard, man emerged from his caves. Only 5 years ago, man learned to write. Christianity began less than 2 years ago. The printing press came this year. And then less than 2 months ago, during this whole 50-year span of human history, the steam engine provided a new source of power. Newton explored the meaning of gravity. Last month, electric lights and telephones and automobiles and airplanes became available. Only last week did we develop penicillin and television and nuclear power. And now if America's new spacecraft succeeds, we will have literally reached the stars before midnight tonight. But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things. Not because they are easy,